the church choir group that Rory is a part of. This is their scenario coming up.
Right.
Oh, she's already.
Okay, so you folks were, you've been singing in this church choir for a while, and you're actually pretty good. And you have been asked, the choir director has been asked by a regional organization of faith to bring your choir to a couple of different regional churches over Easter weekend to perform in several different worship services. And because of your particular range, the choir director asked you to be one of those people, to go on this kind of like a little, like a couple of town, very small Easter weekend tour. And you don't know the choir director incredibly well, but they're a nice enough person. And you've done everything in the past by staying in your section, being proactive about listening and following along. You might have even had someone in your choir that you stand next to. You worked out a system where they can like tap you sometimes to like let you know when certain changes are coming, so you're like staying a breath ahead and what have you. I have listened to Chris speak on the Scene Change podcast. That's how I know how he does some of those fantastic stuff he's done with his church choir. So, but that person isn't going to be with you, right? And it's coming up really quickly. And so you have asked to get the music somehow, like very soon, either a recording or maybe braille music, however it is that you prefer. And you've also asked for some spatial orientations to these churches, to these new places, before you get there, because on a Good Friday service or something like that, it is going to be just a madhouse in there. It'll be a holy house. So, and you want to make sure that you're able to do your best in the environment that you care about the most, right? And so, you have mentioned briefly your concerns, choir director, and they seemed like they were amenable, but the Easter weekend is coming up real soon, and you have not got the materials for confirmation of your spatial orientation. Like, that has not come through. And so you've contacted them and asked if you could chat with them about it again, because you really do need to get those information. So does that all make sense? Hearing nothing, I'll assume yeah. Yeah, okay, cool.
When I gave the scenario to those folks,
Rory's group role play.
they have been chosen by their choir director to go on a small regional tour with an exclusive separate little ensemble that the choir directors put together to participate in some worship services over the Easter weekend. And the normal things that the singer has used for themselves, the adaptive strategies they've used in the past, aren't available at this time. So they have asked the choir director for an accessible format for the music. That might have been braille music or pre-recordings. And they've also asked for prior spatial orientations of these different churches that they'll be going to, so that they won't have to navigate them in the craziness of like a Good Friday service or an Easter Sunday service if they've never been there before, because they'd like to do their best for the thing they care about the most. So they've asked their choir director for this stuff, and the choir director gave kind of a non-committal yes. But it's been a couple of weeks and nothing's happening, and Easter weekend is coming up real quick. So this is them having contacted the choir director to ask to talk to them about this situation. Y'all ready? All right, go for it. Thank you. Oh, shh.
Okay, fantastic. All right. Hello, Brother White Kane. I'm just following up. I have reached out to you a couple times about trying to get the repertoire for the Good Friday service, and I just hadn't heard back from you yet. I'm sure you have 1,000 things on your plate trying to get prepared for this, but we're getting on the crunch time, and I kind of need to get prepared for it as well.
Oh, bless your heart, sir. How about we have Brother Sleep Shades over here just read that to you. And here, I know you got, I've seen what you're doing, nice, amazing things. And so we'll just have him read it to you over and over and over again. And I know you'll memorize it. So how does that sound?
So most of this choral repertoire has probably already been recorded by other choirs. If you could just send me the repertoire, I will try to make your job as easy as possible. I know where to find Braille music. If you just give me the repertoire, I can look up YouTube performances of this. And so if I can, like I said, I know you've got a lot of things to do to prepare. So all I literally need from you is just I will make sure that we have, I can get, I know the resources where the Braille music is. I can get the YouTube recordings. Just give me the repertoire.
Amazing. So I can get Sister Who's It to get you some PDFs over to you. Does the PDF format work for you?
Yeah, that should work all right, because basically all I need is just the list of performances. And while I have your attention, if I can ask one more quick favor. Is the church available for me to stop by, maybe on like Tuesday or Wednesday, that I can stop by the church real quick and just get an idea of what the stage is like and how to enter the stage? I'm willing to, I'll hire a driver. I'll get over there and.
We have stairs and all kinds of things set up on the stage. Why don't I get my grandson out of daycare and I'll have him just like lead you around?
I'm afraid that it's probably not going to work. But what would work is if there is just any time, you got any time where I can just stop by with a trusted friend of my choosing, and we can go over the space together. I'll work it out. I'll bring somebody that I can trust to help me navigate and learn things. All you have to do is just provide me some time.
Amazing. Doesn't that sound amazing, Brother Sleepshake?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, sir. I think we can work that out. I appreciate you.
Wonderful.
And you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you very much.
All right. All right. I want to talk about what we saw here. Who was doing the negotiating? What's your name?
My name is Rory.
Great work, Rory. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, Rory!
Yeah, Rory. All right. I really appreciated the fact that you made it collaborative and you said that you were going to make their job as easy as possible. I think that was your end. Cool. We're going to move on so that everyone gets a chance to go, and we might get a chance to folks to be able to run more than one. So we're going to hear from the community theater over there. Okay, thank you. Which one of you is going to be doing the negotiating first?
Yes. Why haven't you done this yet? Trying to play the, I sympathize that you've got a lot of stuff on your plate. And my second approach was try to make his job simple. Try to, if I, as the person, actually know the skills and have, I presented it as though I knew how to acquire Braille music. Maybe he'd never had to do that before. I know how to acquire the Braille music. All I need from you is just a list of the repertoire and give me some time when the church is open where I can come and look at the space ahead of time. I don't need you to do a whole lot of work. I just want to make it simple for you. That was my strategy.
Cool. It seemed like it worked. It seemed like Desmond was doing a great job. You're right. That's great. To maybe give you the bit of the brush off. And the way that you redirected the conversation seemed very successful. So.
These are some actual responses I've gotten.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Please tell me somebody offered to get a 4-year-old out of daycare to take on these.
Definitely I've had them offer to have young kids like walk me
Oh
around
my
the stage.
God.
For real? That's awful.
Does anyone have, if you could identify yourself by name, if you either have a general impression or a small piece of feedback that you'd like to give the Holy Hot Mess group?
Mason?
Yeah, which guys?
I enjoyed their critiques for sure, and it's very common because it's relatable to certain situations where you can't get
key because if you're not going to advocate, you ain't going to go anywhere.
Yes.
Okay. That's right. Okay, we're going to move on to group number 2, community theater group. How did you come up with your plan?
I just think on the spot.
Okay. Who else was in your group?
Hell,
Kel? Did you participate in coming up with a plan at all?
yeah, but I mean, we kind of just talked about what,
Okay, good morning to my audience. Today is Friday. It's the first. That's what it said.
It's not good maps because they only did the exhibit hall, I think, in here.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just have to ask somebody or something. We're on our way to get a demo of the Echo Vision glasses from a Giga. So we're missing the first bit of the first general session where all like 3,000 people gather together. But we'll be going there after this. What's happening?
We're trying to find the room.
Well, we could just ask, like a.
There's nobody to ask.
Maybe I could text who a song.
It says
Galley?
Gallier A.
So the Echo Vision were made specifically with blind people in mind. They're smart glasses, and Rory's basically interested in them, so I'll probably just listen to the demo. Because I really like my Metas because of their ability to record video, and as a YouTuber I really appreciate that, but there are definitely some advantages to these, to the Echo Visions, which
Excuse me,
he learned a lot about how to make them from our Meta Glasses group, so that's kind of cool.
we go left? Left? Okay, thank you.
Wait, where? Wait, hold.
Evergreen.
Sweet.
What are you doing?
Talking.
No. What's this on your back, by the way?
down here to the left.
Okay, thank you. I need to get some water. Hang on.
Who's this?
Kelly, Connie, and Rory.
Hi. Nice to meet you, Sharon.
Yes.
Hi.
I think we were in a few
Yeah.
calls previously.
You were.
Right?
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
I'm the admin of the Meta Glasses group, so.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Good to see you in person.
You too.
I saw a camera is blinking. Like, do you have the recording
Yes,
on?
I'm recording.
Oh, really? Starting now?
Yeah, that's what I like about these Metas is that you could record video, but there's a lot of advantages to the Echo Visions too. So I'm.
Okay.
Hey, Caroline. My name's Kevin Chow.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you
That's
too.
Connie.
Sorry, Connie.
Connie. Hey,
Yes.
this is
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah. Hi.
Nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you finally.
Nice to meet you.
So you guys probably already, we have 2 different tables. I don't know if you guys all want to sit at one table or
Probably,
you want to
because
divide
I'm
and conquer.
just mainly here to observe. Because my brother Rory's really interested in them. I think.
You're not interested?
Me, no. If I'm committed to Metas, because they can record video.
We can record videos too.
How long of videos?
How long do you want?
Oh, like more than Metas? Like 5
We can-
minutes or
If
more?
that's what you give us a number, we can make it as long as you want.
You can.
The videos and the glasses?
Wait.
Really?
I'm saying we're still figuring out details like that, so it's all programmable.
Would you might have the possibility to make them not portrait, but what's landscape?
It already is default landscape. We specifically made our camera
Oh, really?
wide angle landscape mode specifically for blind people to see a full. I'm blind myself. To make it closer to the human eye, what the perception is.
Huh. Well, that is interesting. But I've already bought 2 pair of Metas now.
I have 3.
Oh, really?
I started in December 23.
Man. Huh? Gee, you were one of the first ones, huh?
Yep.
Connie, do you want coffee?
Oh, there's coffee up here?
Yeah, might as
We have
well.
coffee, water. We're the easiest room to find. You guys found us extremely quickly.
Yeah.
Coffee. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Yeah, how do you take it?
I just take it with sugar.
Sit to the right of me.
Okay.
Oh, could I sit there by next to Rory?
Yeah, you can sit on the other side of them if you want.
Oh, is there a chair by you on the other side? Okay. So what else do you have? Do you have creamer?
They have half and half.
Ah.
Yeah, milk and 2% milk and half and half.
Okay, if I could have a couple sugars, that would be cool.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they've
I've waited in that Starbucks line for 45 years.
Yeah, they have a.
So Connie, I won't hold you too long here, but my goal is to at least have you explain these.
Okay, so Kevin is going to give us a quick elevator speech about the Echovisions.
Yeah, Kevin, the Chief Visionary Evangelist. So at a high level, they provide audio description of the visual world. They're wearable glasses, buy for the blind and blind myself, and we worked with lots of blind people, including Stevie Wonder, Mike Main, a lot of people at NFB. And they have a few different modes. So they have a scene description where a single AI button press, you can have whatever the camera sees described in full detail, specifically made for blind people. Everything from what it sees as far as if you're doing exhibit hall, what the booth names are, full-blown description of the people description, including what they visually look like to the sighted person, including facial expression. We also have a full text reading mode with OCR and a book reading mode. So you can physically hold like a book, magazine, newspaper in your hand, flip the pages, and they'll read. We also have transit directions, so as blind people, we take the bus and train, you can get route schedule and preview. We directly connect with Ira and Be My Eyes, so with the single voice command,
Sweet. For both of them.
yeah, you can get a professional trained agent or volunteer. And we also have a live AI mode that as close to possible real-time audio descriptions of the visual world as you're moving your head or a scene changes or you're walking and exploring your world. Hardware things, we have the camera it's a 13 megapixel wide angle, but the more exciting thing, it's in landscape. So as blind people, we don't have to turn our head in awkward, weird movements, a little bit to the right, up, down.
Oh, good.
Gets more of that full frame of view, similar to a human eye. And we have a USB-C port in the back right arm to, in addition, we can also charge it in the case, but if you want a continuous power and charge it while you're using it, you can. We also have a neckband battery pack that's in the shape of a U that you can rest on your shoulder and connect it with the short USB-C cable to charge it. Yeah, and here at NFB we're doing $549 pre-order, and you get lifetime access to the AI service. And Google will pay the bill as long as you own the glasses and you pre-order.
So, question, is that AI service, because like Be My Eyes is free and then Ira is paid already, would this be in addition to those?
Ready to read. Tap AI.
So this is live AI mode first?
Yes.
Live AI ready.
So I'm going to head into
Tap AI button to start describing a new scene.
Started, but put them on, and
I see
wherever you
four people
look.
sitting around a round table covered with a black tablecloth. There are a few cups of coffee, papers, and a small electronic device on the table. One person is directly across from you, and another is to your left. What would you like me to focus on?
Oh, and does it get left and right correct? Like,
yes.
Oh, awesome.
One of the people who was sitting at the table is now
And
standing
now
behind
it's
it
in
at
interactive
around
mode, so
10
you can
o'clock.
talk to it and ask it things.
He is
when it
wearing
asks you.
glasses and a black shirt and has a conference badge around his neck. Do you want me to keep tracking him or focus on something else?
And if you look at somebody's name
the man
badge,
at 10
you
o'clock
can
is
read
still
it.
standing behind the table and hasn't moved.
Yeah, like you could have
Do
it
you want
look
me
at
to
me.
look for any changes in the environment?
Feel free to look around and ask it things.
Okay. The person standing at 10 o'clock is now wearing shorts. Is there anything else I can help you
He
with?
changed from pants to shorts.
The man who was standing is no longer visible. At 2 o'clock, I see a woman with purple hair sitting at the table. Behind her is a table with a coffee maker. To the right of that table, there is a doorway. Would you like me to focus on anything in particular? Okay, the woman with purple hair
So how
is
come it
smiling
just
at
kind
the
of,
camera.
I'm not
Or talk
talking to
to
it.
it,
Why
yeah.
is it just going?
Or
I
talk
can see
to
a
it.
doorway with a sign that says Georgian Ballroom A4.
It
Is
kind of
there
asks
anything
you, and it's just
specific
more,
about the
if you
doorway
don't
or the
ask
woman
it, then
that
it'll
you
just
would
kind of
like me
keep
to
on describing what it
describe?
sees.
Okay,
So when
the man who was standing
ask-
earlier
How do I make it
is
shut
now
up?
standing at
you
1
can,
o'clock
so the
at
top right
table.
button, you can double press.
All right. The man standing at 1
The button
o'clock
top
is
right,
looking down at the
you can
table
double press
now.
it.
So, like, were you
Okay,
turning
the
your
man
head
is
or
smiling
anything?
now.
Or
Yeah, you
Can I help you with anything else?
You feel the button top right.
Is it this guy?
Okay, the man standing at 1 o'clock is still smiling. Is there anything else I can help you
That's
with
me,
right now?
by the way.
Yeah.
you're smiling?
So that was live AI. I mean, similar to what side people see, it will just basically.
So it just kind of keeps rattling on. It doesn't ever like. It'll ask me, "Is there anything else you want?" And then it'll just keep going anyway.
You have the opportunity to interrupt at any point. You can ask it whatever. You can stop it.
Okay, so if I want to stop it, I basically have to push that button, or it's just going to keep going. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, similar to what side people see, they have a constant visual feed of whatever's going on, where it's maybe accessible via audio.
Right. And so then, if I want to wake it up again, do I have to push that button again? Or do I talk to it? Do I say, "Hey, Echo Vision," or like what do I do?
So that did you feel where that button is?
Yeah.
So that button, you can either do one of 5 things with it. You can either I'll describe them first and then tell you how to do them. Okay. You can do.
The general session is over, and now we're at a breakout, or just another local or whatever session called NFB in the kitchen. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to amount to, but it has something to do with cooking. And Rory is mainly interested in it. He likes cooking things in his fryer and various and sundry. He's always doing something, and I just thought I would join him and give you guys a glimpse of what NFB in the kitchen is all about. So that will be the next thing you will hear momentarily.
I want to respect everyone's time, and since we have an hour, because we have lots of goodies, I'm so excited to share with you all. Okay, is everyone still getting settled? You need a couple more seconds? All right. Okay. Well, welcome to NFB in the kitchen. And I've had quite a journey in my culinary career. When I first started as a chef, hello?
Could you talk a little louder?
My microphone isn't on? There you go.
You just have to
okay.
dig into it.
Okay. Well, I'm the oldest of 4. I was born and raised in Compton, California. My husband, Stan, is here with me. He is my everything, except for Jesus. He's my everything. And he has been on this culinary tour journey with me as well. He grew up in Cerritos, California, so we are Californians by heart. So we met and married, and we've been married for 40 years. Yes. And we lived in Southern California. Then we moved to Canada, British Columbia, and where we lived and worked and played and had an amazing time for almost 20 years. Then I went to culinary school in Seattle, Washington. It was like a 3-hour drive. And then from culinary school, I did really well. Like, I really applied myself. Now, I was fully sighted. And then I received, I worked really hard to get it. It was a British fellowship. Wow. So what did that mean? That meant that after my graduation, I started in Scotland. My husband flew me to Scotland, got me situated in Scotland. I worked there for about 3 or 4 months. He met me in Scotland, and then we took like a bullet train, I don't know what it was. We got there fast to London, and we stayed at the London Metropole. There I met an amazing man, and I said, ooh, I want to work in London. So I went back to Scotland, and I put in a transfer for Scotland, and took about a month later, I was on my way to London. My husband again, and the guys, all the ballers, Michael Jordan, I worked closely with these people. And so I just realized one day I was setting their table and I was clinking I took a glass and I felt like I wasn't putting it down properly. Because although we're private and we're in their spaces, they're really not supposed to be seen or heard. And so I was setting a table and it was just off. And as I was escorting one of them down to the porte cochere, I realized, oh, my balance was just a little off. And it just kind of continued. And then I started getting an eye pain. And it's just, one day I woke up and I just felt like something hit me in my eye. And so my husband took me to emergency, and you know how it goes. You got to see one doctor, you see another doctor, they don't know what's wrong, they send you here, and they send you to a retina specialist, and well, after all those months in Las Vegas, someone finally said, go to UCLA at the Jules Stein Eye Research Institute. And so my husband now has to deal with this whole thing. And then again, he took me to Jules Stein Eye Research Institute at UCLA. And that's where they found with many tests that I had what is called a bilateral panuveitis. So my central field is just all blurry and just has cells that are interrupted, floaters and everything. So that was about 7-8 years ago, and of course my eyesight has it's almost nothing now. So I had to retire at the MGM Grand, and yeah, everything that I had worked for, it was just gone, and I was at home. I had nothing. I had nothing to do. I didn't know how to deal with blindness, and no doctor gave me. Of course, we know they don't give you any resources, nothing. And so what did I do? I decided to go to school. I said, okay, I'm going to go to school. And so I registered at UNLV, and I thought, okay, I'm going to go to biology. And yeah, so yeah, I didn't know how bad I was. I'm going to do biology. And so I did. They accepted me into the biological program. And so no, I did do psychology and neuroscience, so that's great. So 5 years later, I graduated from UNLV with a major in psychology and a minor in neuroscience. So I know the brain really well. I know how it operates. So, but what did that mean for me in the cooking? I didn't cook at all. Stan did all the cooking because I was just too afraid. I was too afraid to go back into a place that I had known so well, into a place that was my friend, into a place that, I mean, this is what I ate, sleep, eat, and breathe, was cooking. And so Stan did all the cooking for me and my daughter. But then one day he was doing some shrimp, and he kept coming over, Gina, taste this, Gina, taste it, come on, taste it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to taste it. And I finally said, yes, it needs this. Okay, yes, it needs that. And then eventually, that's how he kind of got me back in the kitchen by, okay, here, taste this. Because normally he would cook it and I would just eat it. And then I just thought, well, one of my classes, I had to actually create a dish, not create a dish, but make a dish that I had never made before. And it had to be of a culture and ethnicity that I'd never, ever cooked. So I decided to do a Brazilian macaco, and that involved about 20 different ingredients that had to all be cut up at the same size. And I did it, you guys. I did it. I did it. I got in the kitchen again after about 3 years. And sorry. It really is emotional, of not cooking in the kitchen. And I did it, and I got back in the kitchen, yay. And then after getting back in the kitchen, then I went and decided to volunteer at the Mobility Training Center in Las Vegas. It's called Angela's House. And then I started working with blind people just like me. And it was amazing because I could do things, I could show them things that where I was like learning with them. They were sort of training me because I didn't have blindness skills. I didn't know what that meant. So they were kind of training me as I was teaching them, you know, like their palate and ingredients and culinary techniques and skills and language and terms. But yet they were showing me the practicality. I really needed some money. And I looked up blind student scholarships. And that's where I found the NFB. And so I applied for the national scholarship for students. I was going into my senior year, and lo and behold, I got a call from my mentor, who is actually now my colleague, and Julie Deaton, and she said, "You are one of the finalists." And I said, "What?" Okay, what does that mean? Well, next thing I know, I was in Florida way back then. It was in 2017. And there, whoa, my first time ever being around blind people like me, students like me, students who were amazing. They could read their phones and their computers, and they had dogs and canes, and it was just overwhelming, but just delicious and wonderful at the same time. So I had some amazing mentors. I was able to see people, professionals, they were like me, now but we were blind. And they were able to make livings for themselves and for their families, and their lives didn't stop like mine had. And from that, those 5 mentors are now some of my closest friends. And so that's how I came to know the NFB. And I have been here, this has been my home for the last 7, well, we deferred 8 years because we had 2 years of the pandemic. But thank you, that's my story, and here I am. At the back end of my story, which brings me to current, at Angela's house, I was teaching entrepreneurs who was in a program called the Randolph-Shepherds Act, and they was coming through the classes, and I was actually teaching them how to cook, how to open up their own businesses through the Randolph-Shepherds Act, vending or cafes or any of that kind of thing. And then one day I thought, wait a minute, why am I training these people to cook when I know how to cook? I could be a part of this program. So a whole year later, I went through the program, and then exactly a year ago, I got a call, and they said, would you be interested in owning a cafe? And I said, well, of course. Well, this cafe happens to be at the Hoover Dam. And so I did, and a year later, here I am, into my 10th month as an entrepreneur, owning my own cafe at the iconic light.
Hoover Dam.
So we see over from 200 to about 300 visitors a day, and it's a very busy restaurant. And I took over, what they were selling were hamburgers, hot dogs, and all that kind of stuff. So I still sell it, although I don't really eat it. I sell it because it does really well. But what I've done is I went in and I changed some stuff around. So I made it really delicious. So now we have Angus beef, and we have Gouda cheese, and we have all this amazing sauteed onions and caramelized onions and sauteed mushrooms for the burgers. And
okay, so now I think they're passing out the treats, but what I missed when I had to charge my glasses, she was just giving some cooking tips, like about how to make perfect rice every time by just letting it sit for 15 minutes after it comes to a boil. And she talked about if people would ask her questions, and then she would give them a tip like how to.
And by the way, okay, please,
clean,
okay, listen.
like in a contained so you don't get flour all over.
Hey, honey. Okay, listen. Regina brought bags of candy. and taffy, because they sell taffy by the $15 bag load in the cafe. Please take some of this stuff home with you, please. Please, please, okay? Let's put it out right now. Don't leave without getting taffy.
And then she suggested putting plastic wrap on the floor, and then like, what was the other tip about how to do that?
On your counter, and to keep like a contained space, like using a cutting board.
Yeah.
I actually use these restaurant trays
Yeah,
that have
tray would be
sides on
better.
them.
Yeah, so they don't fall off of it or whatever.
And so that everything stays contained really nicely. If you just set up a few of those trays on your counter and set up working areas and stuff.
Yeah, do you remember what the other tips were that she gave?
I wasn't paying attention to what you said. She had one about rice. She had, I don't know. It was mostly stuff that I already knew.
Yeah. So anyway, now we're gonna go to the exhibit hall here in a few minutes. So I'm gonna give these glasses time to charge. So we'll see you after.